If you train that muscle again before it's fully healed, you're not helping it grow. You're interrupting the process. I ran a poll here on the channel asking this question: is training each muscle once every 7 to 8 days enough to build muscle after 50? Over 1,500 of you have responded and voted so far, and the results are pretty surprising. 58% of you agree it's enough, but 42% say no. They think you need more frequency to make gains. And that tells me one thing: a lot of people are still just like I was, still believe more is better, even when their bodies are telling them otherwise. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why hitting a muscle just once a week can still build serious size and strength if you train with intensity, and why this less is more approach might be the key to your best gains after 50. A quick heads up, Fit After 50 gear is now live. Shirts, hats, mugs, all designed for the Fit After 50 lifestyle. And we're just finishing up the joint-friendly muscle blueprint, a complete training guide to help you build muscle without wrecking your joints. It's almost ready, so hit subscribe. That way you can stay informed when all of this is rolling out. Most guys over 50 still think hitting a muscle twice a week is the only way to grow. But what if I tell you it may depend more on how you lift? I used to believe more was better too. But when I gave my body time to actually recover, I started building more muscle, training each body part just once every 7 days. If you stick with me, I will show you the science, the strategy, and the mindset shift that changed everything for me. And guess what? It's going to change it for you as well. If you're training a muscle 2 or 3 times a week and you're not seeing growth, the problem may not be your workout split or the actual exercises. It may be your intensity. That's number one. It also could be the frequency, and it might be some other things. But first, ask yourself, are your carbs high enough to fuel recovery? Is your protein intake actually supporting muscle repair? Are you hydrated enough for your body to perform at its best? If those things are not dialed in, no amount of workouts will move the needle for you. But if those things are in check and you're still not seeing the progress you'd like to see, you'll need to look at your overall plan. Specifically, you'll need to look at frequency and intensity. Now let's talk about what's actually happening in your body after a hard training session, because we only look at one thing, but there's multiple things we should look at. First, you create micro tears in the muscle. That triggers inflammation and sets off the healing process. Then your body ramps up muscle protein synthesis to rebuild those fibers, and it's going to rebuild them stronger and thicker. But that's not the end of the story. Your nervous system, your joints, and your connective tissue also need to recover. And what I have learned is that takes a whole lot longer after 50. So if you train that muscle again before it's fully healed, you're not helping it grow. You're interrupting the process. And yes, there's real science behind this. Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, one of the top hypertrophy researchers, found that when volume is the same, training a muscle once per week builds almost the same muscle as training it twice per week. Another study out of Brazil showed that training close to failure produces longer lasting growth signals, especially in trained lifters. And research from Kumar in 2009 showed that older adults recover significantly slower, making rest even more important as we age. So this isn't just bro science. This is proven. Here's how I train now. I use a 3-set method, which I call my 3-3 method. It's 3 days a week, 3 sets per exercise. Set 1 of an exercise is a warm-up. Set 2 is 12 to 15 reps, just shy of failure. And set 3 is a drop set going to failure on 2 drops. That's all I need. That completes an exercise. And when I train like that, I can't hit that same muscle again 2 or 3 days later. Not the way I used to do, and nor should I. And I'm going to be honest with you. This was a hard thing for me to accept because I love the gym It's been a big part of my life for years, but I had to realize resting is part of the work. Staying out of the gym for that muscle group is part of the training of that group. Let me put it this way. Building muscle is like watering a plant. If you give it the right amount of water, sunlight, and care, that plant is going to grow nicely. So naturally you think, well, let me give it more water so it grows even faster. Right? Wrong. Overwater a plant and you don't speed up growth at all. You will stunt growth. You will drown that plant. Muscles work the same way. You stimulate them, then you step back and let the growth process happen. You don't force it. You allow it. If you're over 50, you're training hard but not seeing change, it might be time to pull back in terms of frequency, but it might be time to increase intensity. Not to do less work, but to allow more recovery. Train harder, recover smarter, and fuel better. That's the key to success.